KAISERSLAUTERN, Germany. Germany coach Joachim Loew says Arsenal defender Shkodran Mustafi could face a lengthy spell out of the game after sustaining a thigh injury in his team's 51 World Cup qualifier win over Azerbaijan on Sunday. Mo Salah's late winner ends Egypt's 27-year World Cup drought. Mustafi pulled up suddenly as he attempted to follow Ramil Shadev, who went on to score Azerbaijan's goal, and he was unable to continue. He had to be helped off the field. UEFA Lewandowski leads Poland to WC England finish with another win, while Bayern Munich defender Niklas Süle went off earlier as a precaution. Loew says, "I think Mustafi has a muscle tear. It looks a bit more serious. A hamstring injury to a muscle tear. We have to wait for the exact diagnosis, but he'll probably be out for a long time." Sao Paulo Brazil appears set on at least 2 changes in its starting lineup for the South American qualifying clash that could keep Chile out of the World Cup in Russia next year. Coach Hite used goalkeeper Edison and defender Marquinhos in his main team during Brazil's practice in Sao Paulo on Sunday. More 3rd, 4th, 5th USMNT scenarios on the final day of WCQ. Manchester City goalkeeper Edison will replace Alisson, and Marquinhos comes in for injured Thiago Silva. Tite also hinted he will give another chance to left-back Alex Sandro since Marcelo is injured as well. Leader Brazil qualified for the World Cup as early as March this year. Uruguay, Chile, Colombia, Peru, Argentina and Paraguay still depend on results on Tuesday. The top 4 teams qualify for Russia, with the 5th-placed team facing New Zealand in a playoff. More player ratings from USA 40. Panama are 3 things we learned. Brazil tops the table with 38 points and Chile is 3rd with 26, 2 points ahead of 7th-place Paraguay. Chile's main doubt for the decisive clash at Allianz Parque is midfielder Charles Arangues. As his teammates trained on Sunday in Sao Paulo, just a few meters away from the Brazilians, Arangues ran on the sidelines. Coach Juan Antonio Pizzi will already be missing midfielder Arturo Vidal, who is suspended. Pizzi called up Esteban Paves, who plays for Brazil's Atlético Paranaense and arrived in Sao Paulo on Saturday. Mo Salah's late winner ends Egypt's 27-year World Cup drought. Brazil striker Gabriel Jesus said his team won't go easy on the Chileans. "We played 3 World Cup qualifiers since we secured our spot and the behavior of the team is the same," Jesus said after the training session. "We will play to win." Defender Miranda agreed. "If Chile is in this position, it is not our fault, it is theirs," Miranda said. "When we were in a bad moment, no one gave us anything. We earned everything we have and they will have to earn it to clinch the spot." Cary, North Carolina. Denise O'Sullivan scored in the 90th minute to send the North Carolina Courage to the National Women's Soccer League Championship with a 10 semi-final victory over the Chicago Red Stars on Sunday. The Courage will face the Portland Thorns next Saturday in Orlando, Florida. The Thorns beat the Orlando Pride 41 on Saturday. The Courage won the league's Supporters' Shield for the best regular season record at 1671. The team was previously the Western New York Flash. The franchise won last season's NWSL championship before being sold and moving to North Carolina in the off-season. The Thorns 1455 finished 2nd in the 10-team league. Last season, Portland went 12-35 and finished with the league's best record but fell 43 in the semi-finals to the Flash. The Courage won its first 4 games this season and stayed atop the table for almost the rest of the way, led by Lynn Williams, last season's league MVP, with 9 goals and 5 assists. No team has ever won the Supporters' Shield and the championship in the same season. Chicago, paced by forward Kristen Press with 11 goals, stumbled in August with 3 losses at home but went undefeated for its final 4 games. Teammate Julie Ertz had 4 goals and 3 assists playing a defensive midfield position. The Red Stars had won all 3 regular season meetings with the Courage. The NWSL is wrapping up its historic 5th season. No other professional women's soccer league in the United States has lasted as long. The right-back position has proven a crippling quandary for the U.S. national team ever since Steve Cherundolo's international retirement in 2012. Left-back was, and remains, an issue long before then, but that's a different story for a different day. More third, fourth, fifth USMNT scenarios on the final day of WCQ. So many were asked to fill the career-long Hanover Stars boots: Eric Lickard, Michael Orozco, Jeff Cameron, Brad Evans, Fabian Johnson, Timothy Chandler and most recently Graham Zusi each played the position in significant stretches over the last 5 years, only to come up woefully short of Cherundolo's lofty standard. The 2014 World Cup provided a perfect jumping-off point for the most promising prospect of the post-Loew era, DeAndre Yedlin. Especially being so young and not really expecting to go in 2014, it was a crazy feeling, Yedlin said this week. I can't obviously thank Jurgen enough for putting his trust in me and bringing me into that, and that's really what jump-started my career. More player ratings from USA 40 Panama are 3 things we learned like those who came before him. Even the dream of Yedlin becoming the instant answer fizzled out for a period before landing at Newcastle United last summer, at the age of 23, where he'd reclaim his form and fitness in the Championship. Following his failed move to Tottenham Hotspur the winter after Brazil, Yedlin spent most of the next 2 seasons unavailable due to injuries more often than not. I've had to grow up pretty quick, but I'm glad that I chose to make this step to kind of move away from what I'm comfortable from. More Pulisic, altered or feel all the emotions as WC dreams rescued, now 24, and having been fit for much of the last 15 months, Yedlin is an integral piece of the Magpies' puzzle, and returned to the USMNT in its most desperate time of need, needing wins in each of their final 2 2018 World Cup qualifiers to assure the place at next summer's tournament in Russia. Friday night in Orlando, Florida, Yedlin reassumed the starting spot from Zusi and flourished, helping the Yanks to a vitally important 40 victory over Panama. He alone stood out as the star performer along a sometimes shaky 4-man backline, flashing the recovery speed and open field marauding that earned him a move to the Premier League at the age of 21. According to Yedlin, much of what he brings to the team is an energy level that's unmatched and confounds his teammates. Everybody tells me they don't know how I have so much energy, and I think people feed off that, which is great. More importantly, playing under Newcastle manager Rafa Benitez has matured the mental side of Yedlin's game immeasurably. His ability to recover serious real estate in the blink of an eye remains, but Friday's performance was largely born out of a newfound ability to read the game around him. It's a very physical league. It's a league that if you lose focus for even a little bit of time, they can punish you, Yedlin said. Working with Rafa has taken my game to another level. That tactical growth, so perfectly exemplified by noticeable restraint and an understanding of when he can and can't take risks, are precisely the signs that have USMNT fans counting on Yedlin to come better than good on his second trip to a World Cup. Follow it. Indeed, MLS Germany thrashed Azerbaijan 51 on Sunday to become the first of 2 possible sides to finish with a perfect 10-for-10 record during UEFA's 2018 World Cup qualifying campaign. Mo Salah's late winner ends Egypt's 27-year World Cup drought. Switzerland, the only other side to win its first 9 games, are away to Portugal on Tuesday. England, who won 8 and drew 2 26 points, were the next closest. Poland went 8-1-D-1-L 25 points in their 10 games. UEFA Lewandowski leads Poland to WC. England finish with another win. Leon Goretzka put the defending world champions ahead after 9 minutes, courtesy of a clever back heel into the upper 90, only for Joachim Löw's side to be yanked back to level terms in the 34th minute. Arsenal defender Shkodran Mustafi suffered what appeared to be a thigh injury in the lead-up to the visitors' equaliser. After the game, Loew revealed that Mustafi likely suffered a muscle tear, which will keep him out for a long time. More France, Portugal one win away from qualifying Netherlands out Sandro Wagner, Antonio Rudiger and Goretzka, all of whom played major minutes during this international break due to entrenched first-teamers being left out after having clinched their place at next summer's tournament last window. Each scored during a 12-minute stretch 54th to 66th that blew the game wide open. Liverpool's Emre Can provided the exclamation point with fewer than 10 minutes remaining, in the form of a seeing eye rocket from 30 yards out. Northern Ireland finished as runners-up in Group C and will make their way into the qualification playoffs scheduled for the final international window of the calendar year, next month. Based on the upcoming edition of FIFA rankings, Germany will be seeded as a Pot 1 team for the World Cup draw on December 1. Follow it. Indeed, MLS